There's a moment in your financial life that doesn't get talked about enough. It's not when you buy a fancy car, it's not when you hit six figures. It's when checking your bank balance stops giving you anxiety. That moment when you open your banking app and instead of holding your breath, you feel calm. You're not counting coins, you're not doing mental math just to buy groceries. You're not asking yourself, can I afford this, or will this mess up my whole month? Most people think that feeling comes with a big number, $1 million, a luxury lifestyle, a flashy income. But the truth is much simpler. There's a much smaller milestone that quietly flips the switch, a number that changes how you think, decide, work, and take risks. That number is $30,000. I'm Evan. I spend way too much time thinking about money, specifically why some people slowly build wealth while others stay stuck no matter how hard they work. If you want to understand money at a deeper level, not hype, not trends, stick around. Let me ask you something first. When you picture building wealth, what do you imagine? Maybe someone born into money. Maybe someone grinding endlessly, saving pennies, hoping it adds up someday. But real wealth doesn't grow in a straight line. It moves in stages. There are invisible checkpoints, financial pressure points where the rules suddenly change. And the first truly meaningful checkpoint is $30,000. Before this number, life feels tight. After it, life feels negotiable. Think of it like pushing a stalled car uphill. At first, every step is painful. You're sweating, tired, and barely moving. But once the car starts rolling, momentum kicks in. Gravity shifts. The same effort suddenly takes you much farther. That's exactly what happens here. Before $30,000, money works against you. After $30,000, money starts working with you. And this isn't just about math. The biggest change happens inside your head. When you don't have savings, your brain lives in survival mode. Every choice is defensive. You take the first job offer even if it's bad because you need immediate income. You stay in situations you hate because change feels dangerous. You say yes when you want to say no. This isn't weakness, it's biology. A stressed brain cannot plan long-term, it can only react. But crossing that $30,000 threshold does something powerful. It creates mental breathing room. Instead of asking, how do I survive this month? You start asking, how do I grow from here? That shift alone is priceless. Studies show that even a small emergency fund dramatically improves financial well-being, not because the money is huge, but because fear shrinks. By the time you've built 3 to 6 months of expenses, roughly that $30,000 range, your decisions stop being emotional and start becoming strategic. Now here's where things quietly speed up. Saving your first $30,000 feels slow, painfully slow. Let's say you put aside $1,500 per month and invest consistently. It might take around 18 to 20 months to reach that first milestone. But the second $30,000 comes faster. Why? Because now you have two engines working, your effort and your money. Same habits, same discipline, less time. That's compound growth waking up. Eventually, your money starts doing more work than you do. At higher levels, portfolios can generate $30,000 in months, not years. And here's the secret most people miss. This isn't because rich people have special investments. They don't. They use the same index funds, the same markets, the same math. The only difference is scale. A small return on small money feels invisible. A small return on larger money feels meaningful. That's why this level feels different. But there's something even more important happening here, something that has nothing to do with interest rates or graphs. By saving $30,000, you prove something to yourself. You prove that you can control your behavior. You tracked spending, you delayed gratification, you stayed consistent when motivation disappeared. That changes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as bad with money and start seeing yourself as someone who handles money intentionally.
And once that identity shifts, everything else follows. Your purchases change, your priorities change, your confidence changes. You stop panicking over small expenses and start focusing on big decisions: where you live, what you drive, what you tolerate at work. And this is where things get really interesting, because money doesn't just buy stuff, it buys leverage. With $30,000 saved, you gain something most people never have: the ability to walk away. Not dramatically, not recklessly, but calmly. You're no longer trapped by your paycheck. You can negotiate. You can look for better opportunities. You can take smart risks. And often, you never even need to use that safety net. Just knowing it's there changes how you show up. You're calmer, more confident, more valuable. Ironically, that confidence often leads to better income, which reinforces the cycle. This is where many people mess up. They hit $30,000 and immediately spend it. A car, a vacation, a lifestyle upgrade. But that money isn't a reward. It's a foundation. Spent too early, and you reset the game. Protected and invested, and it quietly compounds into freedom. The irony is painful. Many people spend more on depreciating assets than it would take to reach long-term independence. A car that feels rich today often keeps you stressed tomorrow. But once you understand opportunity cost, your choices become clearer. Not restrictive, intentional. You realize you don't actually need everything you thought you wanted, and the things that truly matter become obvious. $30,000 won't make you wealthy, but it will change how you think. It's the difference between reacting to life and designing it. And if you're working toward it right now, keep going. That future version of you is already grateful you didn't quit.
This video wasn't about getting rich fast, and it wasn't about telling you what to do. It was about understanding why the game feels so hard at the start, and why it gets easier once momentum kicks in. Most people don't fail because they're bad with money. They fail because they never get past the first invisible threshold. Once you see how the system actually works, you stop blaming yourself and start thinking differently. My name is Evan, and this channel exists to explain the money rules most people only learn after it's too late. If this helped you understand money or yourself a little better, consider subscribing. We're just getting started.